Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Caitlin's Corner. Today, believe it or not, we are doing August Plan With Me, and I am very, very, very confused how July is gone. I think having gone away for 2 weeks to Portugal, for those of you who don't know, kind of messed me up in July. It evaporated on me. August, though, is a very bittersweet month for me. It's my last month of summer vacation, but it is also the last month before I start my final year of university. I'm going to have my first day of school. It's an exciting time. It's a terrifying time. There's a lot of emotions that I am and will be experiencing throughout the year as I get closer to graduation. But as you can see, I'm starting off this month with a month at a glance, and I just decided to keep it simple with my traditional vertical month at a glance spread, and I added a little palm tree doodle to add a little pizzazz to the page. A little tropical goodness, you know? This next page you're seeing me create is my template to developing a habit. So like I just said, I'm starting school in September, and since being off of school for 3 months, some of the good habits that I had during the school year, I've let go a bit in these 3 months, and I need to get them back into my routine and make them a habit again. So this is my method of attack for that. I start slowly, so I want to make sure I'm doing whatever habit I want to do. So for me, that is going to bed at 11:30 p.m. each night and waking up at 7:30 a.m. each day. So I want to make sure I do that at least 3 times, 1 week, probably the first week of August. And then the second week, I want to do that 5 times in a week. That's my challenge to myself. And then the following week after that, I want to make it a routine and do that for 7 days in a week. If I still need that extra little push, I'll make it part of my monthly tracker. So for this particular habit, I think for steps 1, 2, and 3, 1 week is fine for each stage. But if it's a habit that you're maybe struggling with a little bit more, you can even make each stage a 2-week period so that you really give your body and your mind time to adapt to whatever habit you want to become a part of your life. This next spread is one that I'm super excited about. I can't believe I haven't done something like this yet in my bullet journal. This is what I like to call the read a book page. And what it is a challenge for the month of August to read 1 book. Now, I'm a reader. I'm going to read many books, but this is a page that is specifically targeted towards a book that I've been meaning to read, but I've been putting off or just haven't gotten around to, and one that I want to finally get off my TBR. Because even though I make TBR lists, every season, you guys see them, sometimes I don't get to certain books. And one book in particular, The Lean Startup, has been on my TBR for a very long time. And I really do want to read this book, but for some reason, I just never pick it up when it's time to read. So this month, that is my challenge, to read The Lean Startup. And I'm going to challenge myself to read 9.2 pages a day, because that's how many pages a day I would have to read to finish the book by the end of August. And I challenge you to pick a book on your TBR, your to be read shelf, that you have been meaning to read for a lengthy amount of time, and challenge yourself to read it this month slowly. And if you end up doing this challenge with me, then please let me know on Instagram at Caitlin Marie De Silva. I'd love to see which books you guys are reading and how well you are doing at maintaining or keeping up with the challenge. Also, question for you guys, would you be interested in a Caitlin's Corner book club? Is that something that would pique your interest? Let me know by answering this poll. Up next is my actual habit trackers spread. Some months I like to integrate my trackers into my weekly spreads. Some months I integrate them into the month at a glance. This month it gets its own page. The things I track don't really change, and if you've been a frequent viewer, you know that I typically do just track water, meditation, yoga, and this month I'm also adding vitamins in there. Sometimes it's reading, sometimes it's gratitude, but those are kind of the things that are really important to me to do on a regular basis and to be encouraged to do on a regular basis. I kept them super simple this month. They're very easy to recreate, nothing too special, but they get the job done. When I asked on Instagram stories what kinds of spreads you wanted to see in this month's Plan With Me, I got an odd number of you asking for period trackers. Now, I did show a period tracker in my bullet journal trackers video, which you can view by clicking the card on the screen right now, but I decided to make another one for you. Now, this one takes me right to the end of the year, but I do think this is going to be the last month I'm using Henry, my white bullet journal. I think September is the month where I'm gonna switch things up a bit, so stay tuned for that. But for the purposes of showing you, how this spread would look if you are doing it for an extended period of time, I brought it right till December. And it's very simple. At the start of each month, you write down when your period starts. There's a section at the right-hand side for you to write the date in which your period ends. And then the line that connects those two dates is where you make a tick mark for each day of your period. And then what you can do is add colors at the end of each tick mark, maybe with little circles or little squares, to indicate, what stage in your cycle you're at. Is it a heavier flow day, a lighter flow day? You can really customize the spread to fit your period tracker needs. The last spread that I'm sharing, as always, is my weekly spread. I again went with a hybrid of a vertical and a horizontal spread. Hybrid meaning that there's lots of space to make vertical lists, but it is in a more horizontal layout. Each day of the week gets a box, and that box is intended to be used for important events or reminders, things that you want to make sure are the first thing you see when you look at that date. And then beside that box is where you would put your to-do lists, any other info that you want to have documented. You can keep it very simple and not do any doodles, but I thought it would be fun to take this spread to the next level and add some leaves. I don't know what types of leaves these are, but they're leaves. And I spent a good amount of time just tracing these all out. But I totally understand if this isn't your cup of tea and you'd rather just keep your spread simple. But if you are artistic, I think it's fun to take basic spreads like this and find ways to add little creative touches to it. I also find coloring and drawing can be really therapeutic and can make your planner session not just something that keeps you organized, but also kind of keeps your brain healthy because it's, like I said, therapeutic. I'm adding the greeny leaf color with a Crayola Super Tips marker. There are links to all of the products that I used in today's video down in the description box below. And I really ended up loving how this spread turned out. I think it's, like I said, simple, but has that added little flair of something with those leaves. And I also think, most importantly, it's going to be a spread that's very useful. There's plenty of room to write. I don't think the doodles are too distracting either, so I can't wait to put this spread into action. And that, my friends, is it for August Plan With Me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I would really love to know in the comment section below what student bullet journal spreads you want to see. A new student bullet journal video is coming out sooner than you probably think, and I would love to integrate your ideas and thoughts and wants and needs into that video so it's truly helpful for you in this upcoming school year. Also, I apologize for this awful sounding voiceover. I've been trying to get over this throat sickness and it's been a very slow process, so my voice is a little raspy. But I will see you all very soon with a new video, and until then, bye everyone!